And we're looking for some movies about Jesus here on Easter week. Did we find any in the collection? Actually, I did. So we watched the first half tonight of Ben-Hur, the epic 1959 William Wyler film starring Charlton Heston and many others. Won 11 Academy Awards. Wow, one of only 3 movies to do that. This really looks good. It's letterboxed on the screen, so the top and bottom are blacked out. It's a widescreen production. It looks fantastic still. It's really, really a quality film. And then there's the George Stevens, The Greatest Story Ever Told. And this has got Max von Sydow up there on the cross as Jesus the Christ. And this also was a very successful movie, quite expensive, $20 million to make in 1965. That'd be about $200 million today, I guess. And Max von Sydow, as I say, does a great job. And this has got John Wayne. He's unmistakable there as the Roman centurion at the end. He's got his John Wayne cowboy accent going. King of Kings, Jeffrey Hunter, with Nicholas Ray directing and Samuel Bronston producing. This also was a very, very high quality film, got high ratings, very successful film at the box office. I remember seeing that also as a kid and was very impressed with it. And, you know, it's a little bit stiff compared to the other ones, but it's still a great movie if you're wanting to follow Jesus in the movies. Now, my favorite of all, one of my favorite, is The Last Temptation of Christ. Very controversial film directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Willem Dafoe as Jesus the Christ. And this film has some fantasy sequences that offended a lot of Christians, but actually it was based on a novel by Nikos Kostinakis, if I can pronounce his name right. But anyway, it was based on a novel, not literally based on the Bible itself, but it has some great supporting actors. And I really like the film. I really think it's a quality movie worth seeing. But my favorite of all is The Life of Brian. And granted, Jesus just makes a cameo in this one also, like in Ben-Hur. He's not the central character. In fact, Jesus is treated very respectfully. This film also was very controversial. A lot of Christians didn't like it, but it doesn't make fun of Jesus in any way. It makes fun of a lot of the other people back in those times who were idiots. And, you know, I'm going to go see this movie on the big screen on Easter Sunday down at the Alamo Theater. I can't wait. With a big audience, it should be a lot of fun. When I first saw it, I fell out of my seat laughing. Terry Jones directed this one. Rest in peace. He just passed away recently. But for you hardcore Jesus fans, we've got Jesus, Fact or Fiction. And this also will give you more of the evidence as to Jesus. Was he real? Of course he was real. But, you know, does God exist? Well, that's a given. Is there life after death? Of course. But is it just the way the Christians say it is? I have some issues with that. Most of the 30,000 different denominations of Christians in the United States can't even agree. But I do agree Jesus was the Son of God. And, you know, I'll just leave it at that for you to decide where to go with that one. Now, some other honorable mentions. This doesn't have Jesus in it, but Spartacus is one of my favorite epic old-time movies from the old days. This actually predates Jesus, so it's in the BC era. Kirk Douglas and Stanley Kubrick directed. Fabulous movie. And there's some gay stuff in that one too. 10 Commandments. Charlton Heston again. He's back at it. He does a lot of these biblical roles. He's a dramatic actor. And this is Cecil B. DeMille. And I loved this movie as a kid. It's also a long one. All these are epic movies. Some of them have intermissions. And this was set back in the days of the Egyptians. So it takes place mostly in Egypt with all the pyramids. It is not to be missed for sure. And lastly, we have Cleopatra. And there's Burton and Taylor. Back in their heyday, they were getting it on big time. They were in the news. This was the most expensive movie when it was made. A lot of these were very, very expensive, lavish films with all kinds of extras, big sets and production and all that, and hairdos. So it won 4 Academy Awards. But that's it. Hope you enjoy these movies. If you've seen them, if you haven't, check them out.